Good evening, FSU, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to give you a quick run through of what you can expect to see on our show tonight. Right now, we've got a live look at Campbell Stadium. Currently cloudy, 73 degrees. You can see the sun's just trying to peek through, but it's definitely getting covered by those clouds. Current conditions, we're looking at high of 60s, low 70s, so 73 in Tallahassee, warmer down by the coast, 75 in Apalachicola, definitely sunny down there. For the Tallahassee radar, there is definitely some offshore rain, so that is pushing across our state, heading into the shore regions of Perry, Cross City, Live Oak, and for the rest of the state, that is going to be coming over into Gainesville, Orlando area as we move through the rest of today and into tomorrow. Tonight's top stories, we're going to talk about the showers and the storms that we have for the weekend. So I know finals is this weekend. Perfect conditions for studying, not great for graduation. We have 70s widespread across the Big Bend, and tonight is our last Thursday show, so we're all super excited to be here. Make sure that you're paying attention so you know what's coming up for the next few days.
Hi, I'm student meteorologist Chandler Pruitt, and we have a busy one today. We are talking about rain in central Texas, as well as a nor'easter up in the New England states. We have pretty busy conditions, don't we, Maddie?
We do. It's going to be a busy one, and we have a really packed show tonight. We have quite a few broadcasters here tonight and quite a few segments to get through, ranging from the northeast all the way to the severe weather in the southeast.
Absolutely. We have a lot of student meteorologists about to be meteorologists, including you, Maddie.
I know. I'm excited. I can't believe this is my second to last show, tomorrow night being the final one. We're all definitely soaking up the last few moments that we have here with FSU weather.
Exactly. It's unfortunate that we will have to see some rain on Saturday during the graduation ceremony, so that's enjoyable, but we have beautiful conditions right now.
We do, definitely. But I will say, you wouldn't be a true meteorologist if you didn't welcome the rain into the area every once in a while. So while some may consider it kind of a downfall to the weekend, we're all looking forward to it.
Absolutely. At least we'll see that rain start to taper off after Saturday. We're in a pretty unstable conditions right now, but we'll get to see some more sunshine.
Right. Starting next week, we're going to see those temperatures begin to rise back up, a little bit cooler this weekend. So summer is still definitely around the corner, and we'll be ready for it when it does come. Absolutely.
Well, Florida is basically the summer state, so let's toss it off to Riley to talk about Florida.
Yeah, well, having some rain for your graduation ceremony may be a little bit of a bummer, but honestly, I mean, meteorologists might deserve to graduate in the eye of a hurricane. But, well, it's something we don't have right now is a hurricane over Campbell Stadium, which is some good news. Still very cloudy in the region, not seeing too much sun peeking through. But we are still sitting at a comfortable 73 degrees, and with the humidity, it feels a little bit stickier than that. So it's definitely not that chilly right now, but compared to average, our high, we were just at 73, so that might get bumped up a notch, but nowhere near that 91-degree record high set back in 1981. Our low temperatures also staying a little bit warmer just due to how muggy it is outside, and that is retaining a lot of the heat overnights that we see during the day. Across the region, we are in the low 70s, especially closer to the water, where we're at 73 degrees in Apalachicola, a little cooler as you head farther to the north, Donaldsonville. They're at 68 degrees. Those dew point temperatures are a little bit closer to our current temperatures right now, showing we do have a very moist atmosphere across the region, and when you walk outside, you feel a little bit damper than just if it was dry outside, which means it's pretty moist outside, am I right? And we see on our radar here some lingering showers in the area. Did see some rain waking up earlier today. A lot of that is starting to move to our east, but it doesn't mean that we're done with the rain here on our future radar. Seeing the cloud cover persist, don't rule out a little sprinkle shower here or there. Heavier rainfall is not expected for the day tomorrow, but you do want to keep that umbrella handy in case you are venturing outside. Across the region, for tomorrow, or tonight rather, the mid-60s along the coast is your best bet. Maybe getting into the upper 50s the farther away you head from the Gulf Coast into portions of southern Georgia, and into the day tomorrow, really across the region, whether you're by the coast or farther north, low to mid-70s is your best bet. Now into this evening, We do expect the low temperatures in Tallahassee to get to the low 60s, maybe the upper 50s as represented here. We will still see a lot of cloudy conditions acting as a blanket tonight, keeping temperatures a little bit on the warmer side. While into the day tomorrow, those clouds will act as something to reflect that sunlight off, only getting to about 75 degrees for your high there. And into this stormy week ahead, we are expecting to see a lot of rain in the forecast as we head into the weekend. So another weekend washout, Becca. But good news is once you're finishing up those finals next week, some sun and warmer weather will return to the forecast.
Absolutely. And while Tallahassee is definitely looking at some rain, luckily not all of Florida is experiencing that. So right now for the Florida radar, you can see again, those are some offshore showers. They seem to be tapering off as they move onshore, but definitely still some spotty rain. And there's an offshore high, which is kind of influencing some of this weather. So we've got clockwise rotation moving up, pushing those winds up from the high. For the area closest to us, we have the offshore rain again that's pushing in. So not too much for us, a little bit down in Apalachicola, but that is progressing and has cleared out by the time you're seeing this. Right now, live look at Panama City Beach, 69 degrees, mostly cloudy, definitely an overcast, not a great day to be at the beach in Panama City. For the northern portion of the state, we have some spotty showers over the northern portion. So we're looking at Cross City, Gainesville, but they seem to be tapering out, not making it as far as Daytona Beach. For the southern portion of the state, it is overly clear. So there might be a few spotty showers in the Orlando area, nothing too crazy. So maybe if you're in the area, keep an umbrella on you, but you shouldn't be expecting any heavy rainfall. Gainesville, Florida, we're looking at a nicer picture, 76 degrees, partly cloudy. So some higher winds there, 11 miles per hour, but nothing too crazy. Looking at the southern portion of our state, they are seeing clear skies. So definitely a place to be. I know it's warm and there's lots of stuff to do in Miami, so there's definitely probably some people still at the beach. 82 degrees currently, mostly sunny. That's definitely where I want to be. The sun looks beautiful compared to our live look at Campbell Stadium earlier in the show. For the current temps in Florida, we're looking at the mid-70s to mid-80s, with 82 capping us off in Miami and 69 degrees in Pensacola being our coldest. We're currently sitting at 73 degrees overcast, and you can see it definitely gets sunnier as you move down the state, with Key West being sunny, 79 degrees. Our dew points are definitely creeping up. I can tell you my hair was pin straight before I walked out of the house today, and it's definitely creeping up. I've been feeling the humidity. Not my favorite thing in the whole world. Not too crazy though right now. So we're at 63 in Tallahassee and creeping up just a little bit as we move further south, with 67 in Tampa, 66 Miami, Key West, and West Palm Beach. For the next 24 hours, we're looking at that rain move down across the state and some scattered showers as we move into Friday in the AM period and throughout the rest of the day. Nothing too crazy, but definitely make sure you're keeping an eye out. Looks like there's going to be some storms for the Gainesville area and potentially some weather coming across the Panhandle in Pensacola on Friday night. Definitely something to be looking at. For tonight in Florida, we're looking at 50s and 60s for most of the state. 76 is for a high in Key West. Tomorrow in Florida, we're looking at high 70s, so 78. And Fort Myers and West Palm Beach are rounding us out at 85 and 90 in West Palm Beach. I'm going to hand things over to Robert and Hayden, and they're going to give us a bigger picture talking about the southeast and what they can expect as far as rain chances and high temps.
Right. Thank you, Becca. We are right now looking at a system in the southeast that is bringing us quite a lot of rain, as you will see over the next few days. But right now, a little bit of a more cloudy setup right now in front of us. You see Gainesville, Blacksburg, Bowling Green, all of you guys getting on a few clouds. But mostly sun beating them through right now, right, Hayden?
Yeah, looking at Blacksburg and all those places, lots of sun. Even coming in the map, behind that showers that went through Tallahassee earlier, definitely see a lot of sunshine outcome, especially Montgomery, 75 and sunny, a very nice day in Alabama.
Right, exactly. We are warming up just a little bit as we're getting into the summer right now. We can definitely see this summer feeling with these dew points. You're seeing these 60s and 70s creeping up from the Gulf Coast, giving us this nice and muggy feeling. Personally, not nice for me, but I know a lot of people down here do like it a little bit. But we're seeing places like Nashville and Little Rock getting on those drier dew points for us right now.
Yeah, and looking at our radar, the showers came through Tallahassee, brought some light rain. Mobile and Pensacola saw some heavy rain, and especially we're watching our next system over in Houston. That squall line is approaching through, And we'll keep an eye out, of course, for New Orleans because they've had so much heavy rain, very saturated there.
Right, exactly. We're seeing a few maybe severe thunderstorms going into the Texas area, Central Texas, North Texas, potentially getting on some hail activity right now. But again, we're seeing a lot of rainmakers coming into the region, particularly this one right now coming into Florida along the I-75 corridor. It is starting to break down a little bit after it's made its way through Tallahassee, but if you're along the I-4 corridor, you might see a sprinkle or two. So you might want to hold on to your umbrellas for just a few more weeks here before we get into the dead of summer, right, Hayden?
Yeah, I mean, we're starting approaching Florida in late April. You can never really trust it. You could always have a shower pop with the heat and humidity. Anyways, a much heavier, darker scene over here in Dallas, seeing some moderate rain. And then you're watching us further south along I-45, maybe towards Keeley and Austin and Waco. Maybe some stronger storms, some hail, as you mentioned.
Right, we're seeing a little bit of full activity over Texas and North Texas. We're seeing quite a bit of rain here, and that's stretching into areas like South Texas and areas in Central Texas like Austin. So we are seeing quite a lot of rain for you guys, but in areas like the North Carolina area, you guys are also getting on this rainy activity. Areas like Jacksonville, North Carolina, Hatteras, seeing some rain showers coming in and making it a little bit of a rainy day for you guys, just like us here in Florida and in Texas.
Yeah, some rainy times for sure in the southeast. And then our SPC outlook, that's what we were talking about, with some storms firing up. And there might be some additional storms further west too, towards San Angelo. Hail being our main threat. So definitely watch out for the cars there.
Right, exactly. So if you are in areas like this area in central and northern Texas, you have a chance of maybe some larger hail tonight. And we can definitely see that on this Cape map here, showing that we're going to have a little more available energy start to build into areas like San Angelo, giving these storms a little more fuel if they bubble up. But we'll see as that dies down into the night because we won't have as much sun to give us all of that convection.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely have to watch out. And then tomorrow, same thing. The system's going to kind of shift off to the southeast. And we have a marginal risk for watching us in Dallas, all the way north of the Houston metro area, but I'm sure Houston cannot rule out thunderstorms. And of course, saturated Louisiana, Lake Charles, another marginal risk. I know they're recovering from the hurricane, and so you definitely have to watch out for any strong gusty winds.
Right, exactly. No matter what outlook you're under, make sure you are always watching those storms. No matter if you're North Texas or Louisiana, those areas all need to be watching storms tomorrow. As you can see, this system is going to make its way all the way through Louisiana and into Mississippi and towards us a little. So we're going to see quite a lot of rain with this storm, maybe not necessarily severe for us, but make sure you're still watching your storms as you're going through here, because we could see maybe one bring up a little bit of hail, some strong winds for us as we're going
Yeah,
through.
we had a squall line that came over, I believe, Tuesday, and there was some very strong wind seen, even though there wasn't a lot of severe weather. I can't rule it out. And heavy rainfall definitely going to be a story. Or here you have about 3 to 5 inches possible in already areas that have been hit by so hard with rain. So definitely watch out for flash flooding.
Right, exactly. If you are, that's a threat we don't talk about a lot, is we talk about the wind, we talk about the hail, tornadoes, but flooding is another dangerous one. So as we're looking as our weekend ahead, we are under a marginal risk, and as you know, the tornado in Tallahassee happened under a marginal risk, so don't just take this lightly here. It is still a risk for severe weather, so maybe it's not widespread, but we could see one anywhere in this area.
Yep, and then beautiful end to the week despite all this rain. We will try to see if we get some sunshine tomorrow. Looks absolutely fantastic. 59 Tallahassee, beautiful conditions.
And then on Friday, we're going to see a very nice day for us here. Nice warm conditions. Not too bad. 70s and 60s for most of you guys across the southeast. But again, a little bit of a rainy but nice weekend, or going into weekend for us here, and graduation weekend. So Tyler and Becca, tell us about Northeasters.
Thanks, Robert. Currently going through a nor'easter right now in the Northeast.
Definitely a transition from what we've been seeing, high temps, high humidity, rain chances. Unfortunately, in the Northeast, that precipitation is coming in the form of snow. I know it's a little late for this time of year. Nor'easter season is typically September to April. However, we are seeing, I guess you could say, a late season nor'easter. It's not something that most people in this region would expect, but it's definitely not unheard of.
Yeah, exactly. And when we're talking about nor'easters, these storms rapidly intensify over the warm Gulf Stream. That's the waters off the east coast of the United States. They're called East Coast mid-latitude cyclones, if we're getting scientific with it. And as you said, April's pretty late in the season for them, but they are most frequent between September and April.
Absolutely. So what you're seeing right now is a surface low that's situated in the Gulf Stream. So you can see that just off the coast of New York, and an upper level low over Canada. So that is pushing some counterclockwise rotation, which is going to be bringing in all of this winter precipitation to areas just in the New England area. So we're looking at areas of Canada, New Hampshire, Vermont, parts of Maine, definitely getting some snow cover tonight or over the next few days.
Yeah, and these nor'easters are cold core cyclones, meaning upper level low is pretty strong in them, so those winds are really strong aloft, not quite as strong towards the surface, but still getting plenty of rain and snowfall there in the northeast. And this water vapor satellite just showing how much moisture is in the air there above Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, and the other northeastern states.
So this is taking a look as we move into Friday, so late season nor'easter, looking at what can be expected. So definitely if you're in this region, make sure you're paying attention, maybe get out your ice scraper and just know what's going on. We're actually going to transition back into some more favorable weather for the time with Air Local, with Tyler's actually going to bring us into that.
Yep, so now switching out of the northeast where things are very cold, I'm going to switch back to our local forecast, but here's one last snowfall forecast for the northeast. There are going to be plenty of snowfall accumulation. But here now, a live look at Campbell Stadium, 73 degrees, and although the sun was peeking out a little bit earlier, about an hour ago, the clouds are back in the region, just like it's been all day. Pretty cloudy and rainy, but luckily not raining right now. Our high for today was 72 degrees, which is way off from that record high set in 1981 of 91 degrees. Being there's so much cloud coverage in the region, those high temperatures did not get too high. But the low temperatures were also pretty high as well, 62 degrees with that low today. And if we're looking hour by hour, earlier on in the day, 64 degrees was where we're sitting at as the morning started, but we got up to around 72 once we got to 4 p.m. It's not a huge temperature gradient as we went throughout the day. The Tallahassee radar showed a little bit earlier that there was some rainfall, but now things are pretty clear in the way of precipitation, but still plenty of cloud coverage in the region. And if we zoom out to a bigger look at Florida, we saw some of the rain move into north central Florida, but has quickly died off. Looking into our future radar over the next 24 hours, going to see clouds continue to stay in the region with possible passing showers as well. And then once we get into Friday afternoon, still going to see some spotty cloud coverage coming in and out of the Big Bend. Current temperatures pretty moderate overall. Tallahassee 71 degrees, Monticello at 73 degrees, and then moving up to the north 68 degrees right now for Donaldsonville. For tonight's lows, going to get not too low, 60 degrees for Tallahassee with all that cloud coverage. Going to help trap some warmth down here at the surface, so not going to get into the 50s tonight. Except it does say 57 right here, so a little bit of discrepancy, but it could get a lot colder if we didn't have that cloud coverage here in Tallahassee. So not going to get too cold tonight because of that. Tomorrow's highs, the clouds are also going to help keep things cool during the day. And if you're going on your dog walk forecast, not going to be too sunny, but at least the temperatures won't be too hot either. So let's look at the next 7 days. 80% chance of rain on Saturday, so going to see some storms then. Going to see the rain chances stick around until Wednesday, whenever our highs get back up to the upper 70s. And then Thursday, high temperature of 75 degrees. Now we're going to pass things off to the wall with both Riley and Chandler to talk about the National.
That is right. Taking a look at the big picture, you can see there is a lot of rain actually around most of the National look. You see that nor'easter up in the northeast, as Tyler mentioned, and then we have some rain exiting central Texas, as well as some snow showers up into the Rockies. Now, looking at that drought monitor, we can see that there is some severe drought still in the southwest. However, we will hope that some of this rainy pattern will cure at least parts of Texas's drought, maybe even up into Utah. Looking at those showers, we can see that there are some of those showers that are overlaying, maybe helping with the drought, at least up in the Rockies and in Texas. And taking a look at Florida, well, we can see that there's those showers that are starting to die off finally after a good rain soaking earlier today. And taking a look up into the Rockies, you can see that there are some snow showers as well as some rain mixed in Idaho Falls. Know that one of our friends, Evan, is finally moving up there, so he's going to have to enjoy the rain and snow sometime in the future. But looking at the West in general, we can see that it's just a big, huge drought in general around from Las Vegas all the way stretching up into Salt Lake. But again, maybe we can see some of that drought disappear, at least in Utah. And then, of course, once we start getting out into Texas, we see that they are in a moderate drought. So maybe they will also see some relief finally before the summer comes and we see more of that drier, warmer pattern. Taking a broader look again, we can see some of that snow cover in the Rockies. That's going to help, especially this summer when we see wildfires. So fighting some of that wildfires, they need that rain, that snow melt, basically, to help keep their water levels. And you can see the big picture. Well, we can see again, we have cooler conditions up in the Rockies, and then we have 60s out into the California region. But look at that, Denver, snow, all the snow showers. That's so crazy.
Yeah, Chandler, so passing off of the clicker right here. And, you know, one thing I thought of, like, Albuquerque, like, would you say, like, how would you say that in a Spanish accent? Maybe Albuquerque, something like that? Like, I feel like, you know, with all the things in the Southwest that are very Spanish names, like, that's you know, something that just crosses my mind sometimes. But 74 degrees out there, sunny right now in Albuquerque. So if you're going outside there, should be nice and dry for you. Somewhere it's not so dry right now is the southeast. New Orleans picking up some scattered showers and storms. Even up in the northeast, getting in on a little bit of wet action ahead of that nor'easter there. In our dew points, the more moist air is really hugging the Gulf Coast right now, and the southeast coast as well, where you see those greens. That's where you're in for some more moist atmosphere. The browns indicate it's a little drier out there, -1 there in Albuquerque, if we're going to keep going on with that. And water vapor this evening, we have, you know, a lot of water vapor showing up. High cloud tops in Texas right now. That's where we're really seeing you know, some stronger storms, potential for severe weather today. Did see some severe thunderstorm warnings there. And this is starting to move into areas like Louisiana, places that don't need that rain. Lows are going to be cooler than average for much of the country, especially the heart of the country. As we head into our Friday morning, this should say Friday morning, we will be a little bit below average, even more so below average, especially in the Lone Star State of Texas into our early Saturday morning. So below average temperatures are the trend. Even locally here in Florida, seeing that as well. And there's that rainfall I was just talking about. Moving into Louisiana, unfortunately, again, this could be up to 6 inches. Locally, maybe up into that 7 to 10 inch range. For a lot of places that have been very wet lately, don't need it. Luckily, as you head farther towards the Florida Panhandle, another place that's seen a lot of rain lately, not seeing much showing up on that either. Here's a look at the northeast, where we do have that nor'easter about to form there. Some showers moving into New England. A very wet day. We've got the upper level low, lower level low, and that is going to cause some snowfall accumulation like we saw before. Tonight's lows, we are pretty chilly across the country except along the Gulf Coast into the day tomorrow. On the warmer side in the Gulf, 84 degrees there in San Antonio. But overall, you know, we're getting towards, you know, later parts of spring. Warmer weather is on the way.
Right, thank you for that, Riley. So we're now going to look at the northeast. So what do you think about how cold we're looking at for our temperatures in Albany, Syracuse, parts of New York?
Definitely a little different than what we're seeing down here, but we're going to jump back up to the northeast again because there is quite a unique situation going on right now. Typically, this late in the season, you don't see as much snowfall as what they're going to be seeing over the next few days.
Right, exactly. We have what's called a nor'easter, as been explained earlier, going to come into the region, potentially give areas like Burlington, Albany, areas along these mountains a significant amount of snow, and potentially areas like Boston could see a dusting with the system. But you can see how dry it is right now. This is going to begin to change. There's a lot of rain right here. It's going to begin to move with this nor'easter and make these drier dew points a little wetter.
Exactly, and we're going to see that also with the wind speeds. We're looking at a couple places that are quite gusty up in Burlington, even down in New York and Scranton. But I'm going to point out the direction of the wind speeds. As you can see along the coast, we're getting a very strong easterly flow, bringing all of that moisture in off the coast, which is going to fuel the nor'easter that's going to be bringing snow into the area over the next couple of days.
Right, and we can see this big area of rain that's just going to continue moving here. Right now, this is still mostly all rain for you guys right now because it's a little on the warm side. But as this nor'easter will progress up the northeast coast, it will bring a little bit of colder temperatures for you guys, and as we said earlier, a chance for significant snowfall in the mountains of the northeast. Right,
and we're going to zoom down into West Virginia. I know our producer tonight, Zach, big lover of West Virginia. They're going to be seeing some spotty rain showers because the temperatures are a little bit warmer there. No chance for colder, snowier conditions tomorrow, but still we're going to see up in the northern portions of the state some raining conditions, nothing like we're going to be seeing over the next few days in places like Massachusetts and up further northeast.
Right, we can see just the enormous nature of the system just building right here. All this water vapor, excuse me, not cloud cover, this is water vapor. We're seeing all this water vapor continuing to build up and feed this nor'easter, dump all the snow that we're going to see here. So you can just see areas like New York, Western New York, Buffalo, you'll be fine, but areas to the east like New Hampshire and Boston, you'll be in the crosshairs for this system.
And something to point out here, why are they receiving so much snow? It's because the upper level low and the lower level low. You can see the upper level right over here across portions of Canada and the lower level down here over the Atlantic Ocean. Those two locations are perfect and prime examples of a nor'easter.
Right, exactly. And we can see how this nor'easter progresses. We can see this change over to snow for most of you guys in New Hampshire and Vermont. Nice and cold temperatures continuing as this nor'easter continues to make its way off towards the northeast.
And for those of you who are in those locations, we're going to see even potentially up to a foot of snow over the more mountainous regions.
Right, a lot of snow for you guys in the northeast with this nor'easter. It's going to give you a lot of a chance of wintry precipitation, but this is all it for the northeast. We're featuring the nor'easter here, so now we're going to pass things off outside of the northeast to Elizabeth with a look at our local conditions.
Yeah, so we are definitely not seeing that snow here in the Tallahassee. So we are able to see this sun now. We are able to see this sun now again, but we are seeing those clouds. It is currently still 73 degrees and it is clearly mostly cloudy. Here's our hour by hour for today. We started in the mid 60s by that time we woke up, but then we hit our high at 4 p.m. of 72 degrees. We are currently seeing those. We are seeing 72 here in Tallahassee. We're seeing some of those 60s in southern. Yes. Okay. And then our dew points. We are pretty muggy tonight too. 63 in here in Tallahassee, and then we are seeing those 60s across the way. And we are seeing these showers move out, but we are expecting some pretty dry, yeah. So it is going to be 57 tonight and mostly cloudy, and we are going to see 75 and some showers tomorrow. So our week ahead, how about that, Hayden?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely some rainy times. My eye, of course, goes to Saturday, that big thunderstorm icon. Hopefully it's in the morning and the afternoon for time for those graduating and just for outdoor plans to do it outside.
For sure, yeah. The rain, it does put a little bit of a damper on me at least, but I am excited to see that sun come out in the middle of the week, and we're going to see those our temperatures start to go up too.
Yeah, look at that. Wednesday, 79 degrees, sunny. As your finals are getting done, it looks like it's going to brighten up. There's some light at the end of the tunnel, as Riley was alluding to earlier. And the lows, pretty comfortable in the mid-50s. A little cool, but nothing too crazy.
For sure, yeah. So if you want to get some of that last-minute studying done, you can follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook, both FSU Weather.
Yeah, and watch us live on YouTube. If you're watching us right now, you know where to get it. Spread the word for tomorrow's show, last one for the seniors. And of course, Instagram, show us your pictures. We love to see anyone enjoying FSU. There's some showers coming in, so if you can do it safely, we love to see those images.
For sure. I hope you guys are able to join us on our last show of the semester. On Friday, I am student meteorologist Elizabeth Temple.
And I'm student meteorologist Shane Wilder. Have a good day.